So this thing here, the Phil Collins.
The Yamaha CP70, yes.
I love this thing. This is beautiful. It sounds so good.
Yes, it
Quite
does.
loud.
We could open it up.
Now I was talking to the engineer, Calvin, just a little bit earlier, but for recording this, you wouldn't mic it, would you? Is it too quiet for miking? Or?
You could mic it, yeah. I can't say that I have, but it is an acoustic piano. You know,
Right.
there's like the mechanics of the piano function in the same way as an acoustic piano, although it's an electric piano in the sense that it has pickups, much like a Rhodes or a Wurlitzer.
Right.
But acoustically, you know, it's a hammer against a string.
And then mostly DI then?
DI, amplified.
Amps.
You know, you can mic it acoustically, although there's probably timbrally maybe nicer sounding pianos out there for that kind of thing. But if you wanted something really metallic and janky and rugged sounding, you know, it might float your boat.
Well, it's interesting. We're going to talk about the Junos, but like right now, 2018, as we're filming this, that kind of e-piano sound from the 80s is really popular right now.
It is a thing, yes.
So this is probably getting a little bit more use.
I'd like to say yes, but you'd have to ask Calvin.
Okay.
For my sessions, maybe not so much. I can't say that I've recorded it a lot, but
Oh, I love it. It's great. I like how
beautiful.
big it is. Yeah, we saw one too at Gavin.
Yeah.
Gavin Gardner, he's got one. And they had one at Paul's Boutique. I think they're great. I love how much space they take up. And
yeah, they take up a footprint, that's for sure.
Good for music videos.
Yeah.
And this is a reissue, is that right? We saw
that is a reissue. Yeah, that was an impulse purchase a couple months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because they were stopping making them?
They stopped making them, and you know, I happened to be in the local music store and asked them how many they had stocked, and there was few left in the country, and you know, I've always sort of coveted one and wanted one. They're obviously, you know, their reputation precedes them, but yeah, I ended up taking it because they said they had 3, and I was like, oh, once those are gone, the price is going to go up, and they're going to be harder to come by. And
they do such a great job at releasing something for only a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get a clear reason as to why they're stopping making them.
I don't know, maybe they'll make something else in their series that...
I think they said they sold more than they were expecting to. That was the reason.
Right, flooding the market and devaluing them.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's kind of a good thing for, you know,
I think it's great.
enthusiasts, keyboard enthusiasts, or studio enthusiasts to have them out there, because they're kind of, you know, they were limited. You'd see them and come across them, but the price point was a bit prohibitive. Even still, when they were reissuing them, they're still...
$3 or $4 grand, I think. Yeah. So, and this gets used a lot?
Yeah, it's the newest edition. Yeah, it gets used a lot. I like it because, you know, there's obviously the keyboard functions, the monophonic keyboard functions, and all the rest of it. And I've used it, you know, extensively, even as the external input. Just use the filter section or the noise section on processing audio. So
that's cool. Like what? What kind of stuff?
Vocals, snare drums, you know, kick drums, bass guitars, what have you. You know, anything.
That's cool.
Anything where the famed Moog filter or Moog noise section can impact the audio in a way that helps the song.
Yeah. Oh man, they're beautiful.
Yeah,
they're
it's cool.
Arts too. You know, and they're all handmade, and it's just so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. You got some. Speaking of the '80s, you got some Junos over here.
That's right.
You got a Juno 60 and a Juno 106. I've got to ask you the serious question. In the last like 2 years, how often does an artist come in here and play the theme for Stranger Things? And do you have a little sign that says, please do not play?
Please do not play. It's like the Stairway to Heaven at the guitar store. It might have happened, you know. But they get pulled out a lot.
What's the difference? I love them. They sound great. What's the difference between the 60 and the 106?
On a component level, I can't tell you. Some people would say that the 60 sounds fatter, which maybe I would agree with. Or warmer. The 106 has MIDI functions. You can get a mod for the 60, which we don't have, that allows MIDI functionality. But yeah, kind of 2 different pigs. But
so this is a newer model, right?
Yeah, the Juno 60 would predate the 106.
Sure, okay.
But they, you know, 2 different animals, 2 different instruments. It's like having 2 Stratocasters and saying that they're the same thing. They're obviously going to have their differences, but it comes down to taste. They both sound amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great.
A little glassier, a little warmer.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, when Calvin was carrying this in, I just was shocked at how much wood is involved in this.
Pick it up. It's a pig.
So great. Yeah, I can't.
And people used to tour those things, I believe. You know, maybe that's why they went to the 106 and made them more plasticky.
Yeah,
just lighter, a little more portable, a little more practical to take
that was
around.
probably the era too, though. Plastic was seen as like the new wood. It was like a classier than wood.
Right, I guess
in the early 90s or whenever.
it's a damn shame because,
That's crazy.
look at this. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cheap veneer, but it looks great.
It does. But they're still coming around too. I was looking at a poly and these do pop up and they're still not crazy.
Yeah, well, 10 years ago, I was fortunate. I got a pretty good deal on them, buying them from the previous owners at a time where they needed to off-put them or offload them and getting a pretty decent price on them. But yeah, I think in 10 years with the sort of comeback of a lot of those 80s sounds, they've doubled, tripled, quintupled in price.
I want somebody to do a chart that shows like the gradual price increase of these, and then put on top of the release date of Stranger Things.
Right.
And see.
The pre-post Stranger Things. Yeah, sure.